Today is the first day of Rohatsu. As I've mentioned last week, Rohatsu is 8 days of practice leading up to celebrating, embodying the awakening of Shakyamuni Buddha. The Buddha seeing that all beings of the great earth are together, the wisdom and compassion, the prajna of the Buddha. And it's only due to, you could say, erroneous views, you could say confusions, you could say attachments, that we fail to live the wisdom of our life, the wisdom of the Buddha, which is compassionately joining with all beings in this being one with the universe, the Bodhisattva dance of this life opportunity. So these coming days are traditionally, as I've said, Rohatsu Sesshin, of sitting. But all of us have this opportunity of sitting our daily life, whether the ordinary amount of sitting that we do or extra sitting formally. But also, we should not limit ourselves to whether we are or are not in formal sesshin. We can make and must make this Buddha effort, I'll call it, this Bodhisattva dance, however, wherever, whoever we are, whatever we're doing, because this life is our opportunity, your opportunity, my opportunity. Please don't miss this. With whoever you encounter, with whoever you share life, whether when you sit alone, you're never alone. It's always you, the whole universe sitting. That's what the Buddha's awakening is. The Buddha and all beings of the great earth together. So our opportunity is to be the Buddha, be the Bodhisattva we are, and meet, embrace, serve all the Bodhisattvas in all the forms that we encounter them, whether you or they or we seem so, whether we recognize that it is so. Yes, even when we don't recognize this, how do we manifest this self-nature of no nature that is our life, that is our activity? So please use the days of this Rohatsu to do that. Practice with and how, where life appears, and even if you don't want to be so, even if you refuse this no nature, self-nature, be so, be that refusal, be exactly that self-nature attachment in the midst of this no nature. Note where you're believing thoughts, emotions, where you're refusing to be, and be so. Notice where the specific fear or anger or attachments, insistences, entangling of self and others and should and shouldn't be, stories and beliefs arise. We can call them delusions. Doesn't matter. We can justify self-centeredness in the forms of greed and anger or dreams. And yet, noticing that that's our bodhisattva dance opportunity right here now. However it is in your life, if you can find some extra 5 minutes of sitting in between some activity, please do that, or extra 5 minutes, or 1 minute, or 5 hours, walking in the midst of whatever you're doing. Each day is a day of this Rohatsu Sesshin, this opportunity to actualize and manifest this life as is, your life as is, our life as is, this bodhisattva life, because it's right here now, nowhere else. There's no way we can be elsewhere, and yet we can seem to be and miss it. There's no other one who can do it. You, I, each of us are the only ones to do this opportunity of every day reminding and encouraging ourselves. This is day 1. This is day 2 of Rohatsu. This is the day to do the, I'll call it bodhisattva dance. The dance in the midst of sitting still. The dance in the midst of getting what we want or don't want. Being where we are. So please don't miss this. Please make good use of this time when there are beings all over the world who are participating in Rohatsu Sesshin in whichever way they can. Traditionally, sitting many hours, or so-called non-traditionally, sitting when we can, and doing the rest of the activities of our life as our practice of manifesting the prajna, being one with the great bodhisattva life we are, being one as the great bodhisattva life we are. Thank you all. As you know, there will be at Prairie Zen Center Zazenkai next Saturday in the morning, extensive period of sitting. Mushin can say something about it at the end for those of you who don't know, but he sent out emails. And then afterwards, I think there'll be a potluck. I unfortunately will not be in Champaign. I'll be here. Actually, I'll be giving the Dharma talk on next Saturday while you're doing, it'll be a little afterwards because it's going to be at about 10:30 my time, which is 1:30 your time. So while you're having lunch, the potluck lunch, I'll be doing that. But please make this week be your opportunity for Rohatsu Sesshin so that next Sunday we can celebrate our Buddha awakening as this moment with all beings, as the Buddha did with all beings who are this very prajna wisdom. Thank you.